Good afternoon and welcome to my webinar on how to build a custom home. My name is Tahir Qureshi. I'm a fellow Royal Institute of Canada and broker of record for City Pro Realty Brokerage. So I'm going to go directly into my seminar so we are able to ask questions later on. So let me share my screen and start the program. And let's see. From here, we're going to go share the screen and we're going to go start from slide number 1. Slide, begin from there. So it's a free public seminar, how to build a custom home. It is intended for real estate professional as well as mortgage agent and brokers. So as you know, I'm a fellow Royal Institute of Canada, CIPS, Certified International Property Specialist, and also instructor for CIPS for NOR as a Mississauga Real Estate Board, and I'm founder of Realty Coffee Talk. So we're going to start the very beginning, the process. So when you talk about building a home in the province of Ontario, is prohibited unless a company is licensed as a builder by Housing Construction Regulatory Authority under the New Home Construction Licensing Act of 2017. If a landowner or a builder wishes to pre-sale or pre-construction sale a new home, never been occupied, they must also be licensed as a vendor from SCRA. The contravention to both acts will be very significant financial disciplinary action by the regulator and perhaps revocation or suspension of license. Now, licensed builder are authorized to enter into construction contract to build home on land owned by landowner and provide taken warranty as required under Ontario New Home Warranties Act. And building a home is a very complex undertaking, irrespective of the type of home or building. Succeeding requires a lot of time, planning, designing, drawings, modeling, and also interior and exterior finishes, scheduling, cost estimate, and financial investment from the contractor point of view and also the landowner who wants to build. This was intended for program is intended for some landowner who wish to build a custom home. The first step to an successful construction is to develop an extensive plan. And this is why it's very, very important that you are connecting. So we're going to cover in this presentation discussion from all aspect of acquisition to finishing of your dream home. So before you talk to a builder, and I'm sharing with you the SCRA housing competency requirement, what courses you have to take in order to become a builder. So financial planning and management, legal issues in housing, building, business planning and management fundamentals, and also project management and supervision fundamentals, customer service and new home licensing and warranty, and also construction, technology, and building codes in Ontario. So the first step that you do is you always look at acquisition of a land because you want to fulfill your dreams. You need to acquire land, and obviously considering land in the geographic location that is suitable for your family. So most of them houses are really built luxury or high value homes because you can't find all the features that is available through the resale. And also you may already own a land that you want to build a house. So this is why it's very important for realtors to get involved with this because you will be helping a client to buy a land that is suitable suitable for suitable for building a suitable home that meets the family's needs. If you are engaged with a builder, due diligence of project site is required. And this is important, particularly the realtors who are working with the clients who are well-to-do, they have financial resources, they will find a land. And there are many, many things you have to look at the land to make sure it meets the requirement. And we're going to talk about, I created a list of 11 things a builder will do it for you in order to convert the land into a home. So there are certain steps that we have to go through. The most crucial step in building construction is acquiring land for a project. See, the location should be well suited for the project requirement. And before the land acquisition, it is best to conduct feasibility study to ensure that the land is strategically located and is free. Because you're going to build a custom home, it's going to cost you a lot of money. And the building, you have to make sure the land is suitable and you have multi-million dollar houses surrounding in the area. So you are able to see all the possibilities that you have to make sure you are building a home that it makes sense for you. Okay. It is also necessary to evaluate the project cost effectiveness because sometimes you can buy a ready-made house rather than building a custom home. So it's very, very important. And that land acquisition is very important. So I'm going to show you next slide how many steps you have to go through in order to a builder to come up with a building permit. So we're going to go through the list. So site number one is a site visit for due diligence. Why is important? Because some lands are not even, and some may have a floodplain area. Some are conservation authority, maybe some natural floodplain areas. So you need to have a due diligence done to the site to make sure it is usable for the intended building. Because it's very important to also, number two, determine zoning compliance. Because the building size, one is to determine if the land has an existing old home. So you already know that there is a house, and the only thing you don't know is how big can you build on that. So zoning compliance is important to make sure you are able to build what you want to build. And when a realtor is buying the property, they're going to confirm that because there are lots of requirements. Because zoning will tell you how height can you do, what are the setbacks for the property, and what size of your home. City by city, each city has its own requirements. Some will allow you the footprint area about 35% of the land to be built, and some will allow you only 25% or 30%. Now, this is very important when you're buying a land and helping your client to buy a land. So this is why it's very important to talk to a builder or have a condition in your offer that the certain property that you've chosen so you can engage with a builder to help you to understand that. Now, site consultation meeting with the city. So one is site is acquired as a conditional. If there is a subdivision, it takes much longer due diligence, sometimes 3 to 6 months. But if you are building one or two homes, then definitely you have a meeting with the builder and with the city. Builder will arrange a meeting city. Their engineer will go to put together kind of concept floor plan, and so you are able to submit to the city, and then you are able to um, to find out what are the requirements are. Now, square footage calculation number four and confirmation. This is very important because setback.
report, concept drawings, and floor plans.
Dilushan, can you please mute your please mute yours unless you have a questions. Okay, now square footage are the calculation that the footing that you put the footing and then your foundation wall, and each city will have its own requirement from the zone height, setbacks, front, back, and sideways. So the engineer who is going to go the site visit, he will calculate all the information. And this is part and parcel with the project information report because by visiting the site, there could be some requirement to create reports, which is to be submitted as a part of the building survey. For example, you have a geotech report, a soil report. So many other, they need to figure out what kind of foundation or footing they need to have. If there are waterfront properties, like water is closer to them, and they have a very specific requirement. So you have to have these reports created. So our engineer will go and do this report. Now, property survey, remember when we talk buying a agreement of purchase sale, property survey, how important it is, especially if you're going to demolish an existing home or you have a plain land, because the engineer who designed the floor plan, architect, he will determine based on the property survey what are the setbacks and what is the size of the house they want to build. And your client have intention to build a certain size of the house, this survey report will help him to create that. Otherwise, you can end up buying this report. If there is no survey available, it's going to cost you $2,000 to $2,500 to create for one small property survey. So it's very important to get that. You can also get it from Geo Warehouse if you're able to get a copy. Now, when you are meeting with a builder, we're going to talk about after the. So we have to create a concept drawings and floor plan, which is very concept. You come to a builder and they talk about, okay, this is what I want to build, and you will have a concept drawings. The engineer, you engage with a builder to hire him not to build the house, concept. So you have a couple of meetings with architect, it costs you money. So you have to incur some costs. So you have an idea. On top of that, you can have a D version, 3D version of your concept rendering. So you can not only see the drawings, and these are floor plans, but also 3D version, how it's going to look like. This may cost you about $8,000 to $10,000, but that's what you want to spend. If you're going to custom build a home, you're going to need this. It's very important. Now, most important, again, zoning application is applicable. Some property may require they have a D, like a development land that you bought or you help buy it. It has to be rezoned. So then you have to go to rezoning process. Anytime a property that does not comply with the zoning, you have to seek zoning application to rezone that property. If you have a vacant land that has been designated as a development land, that need to go through official plan amendment, convert that zoning to R1 or whatever zoning is required for your intended application. So that's a process you have to go through. So this is a small video that you can see. I'm going to play it, give you a little idea. When you are meeting with a client, you're going to have a discussion. You have a builder will have engineering staff sitting with you and discussing your needs. And the list of things that I'm discussing with you, they are part and parcel with that. So we have, and this is very important. Now, number 9, site plan application. So let's assume that you have a zoning is appropriate and you have to develop this site. So you develop site plan, which includes everything about site, utilities, and how site will look like, what are the landscape and the structure, height, everything is done. And geotech report, like I said before, these are part and parcel with submitting for a building permit. So I mentioned about geotech, environmental studies, or other reports, traffic studies, parking studies, noise studies, depending where the location of the lot is. And those are determined when you meet with the city, and they will tell you it's called dark meeting. It's a development application committee meeting where we talk about what are to be built and get some seek guidance from there. So our engineer will go there and create that meeting, and the building and traffic, zoning, all the all team member of the city will come and sit down with you, and you pay about $1,500 to $2,000 fee depending with which city you are. So now geotech report is there, site plan application be submitted because zoning is there. You don't need an official plan amendment. So after the reports are submitted and no objection certificate or permit for related authorities organization, we have to talk about what are the building permit. Do we need a demolition permit? Do we need and demolish an existing home? That's why you need demolition permit. And then you also new construction building permit. You need HVAC permit or other permits. So, and now you have moved from the stage of going ahead with the construction, and you want to proceed with the getting a building permit. So once everything is sorted out, then you are also creating now architectural drawings. You're also creating mechanical drawings and calculation because of load. And this is very important. And building permit application. Now, this stage, we are now submitting our building application to them. And this is why it's very, very important that that building building permit application, your site plan is already approved, then you apply for building permit. Now, development fees are calculation. Most important, before building permit is issued, they have to calculate development fees. If you have an existing home you have demolished, you will get a credit. Let's say you have a house that is 2,000 square feet. Now you're building a 5,000 square feet on two level, main floor and also second floor. Now they will give you credit for 1,500 or 2,000, whatever you have, and they will charge you for the balance because utility is there. The most important, the city look at this: do I need to increase the pipe, your sewage system, the water system, storm system, to make sure that they are adequately connected? And you may have to reinstall underground utilities and connect them with the city. So that's why they calculate this. So right now in Mississauga, if you are building a house, you're looking at almost $200,000 now development fees if you have a simple lot and you don't have any credit coming to you. Now, we also, and when these development fees are only paid when your site plan and your all submission has been completed and they're ready to give you give you building permit. So you pay the fee and they approve and they issue the permit. So now we are also corresponding with the city to secure building permits. This is the process that all builders go through. Idea is to tell you how difficult or how complicated it is, and so many steps the builder has to go through with you so you understand the process and time it takes to do that. Now, if you are talking about the building permit, so depending on this, they'll tell you they're going to do it in 3 to 6 months. It may end up with 18 months, 12 months, because when you submit the concept drawings, and there are revision happening because clients sometimes they change their mind, they want to add more room. Anytime you modify a drawing that has already been submitted, it will require more time to change it. So it's very, very important for you to understand that. And obviously, if you have an existing home, they need to disconnect all the utilities and get the approvals. And then you have to reconnect them. And I tell you, it's costly, especially if you are running close to a big road, main road. And this is a challenging to make sure, but there is a cost involved with that. Now, let's assume that you bought a property, you help your client to buy a land, and you are now want to build a house. They want to build 5,000 square feet home, and your current permit, your size of the house only allows you to build 4,800. So you have a 200 square feet more based on your ideal design or dream home that you want to build. So for that, you have to go variance to the committee to get it approved because your design is beautiful and you don't want to compromise that. So that's where you go to variance committee of adjustment, and your engineer architect, which is who's working with you, will go to the city and they'll say, okay, we have small modification. For example, setback. Sometimes you have a less setback beside it based on your lot. Let's say it's 1.5 meter, let's say in Mississauga, and you are 1.325. Small variance. Setback on the side of the house to the next neighbor. So they will go through the committee of adjustment. Now you go through all that stuff, you got a building permit, okay? And building permit is issued, you have paid everything, and they will stamp your drawings to approve, go ahead for construction. And now you cannot go out and do construction. We're going to go through the step, tell you what that is. Now you will, as an engineer who's working with you, architect, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, HVAC, everybody who's working with our team as a builder, they will hand over this to the project team. Project team is the one that implement the construction. So you have 21 steps. And sometime, and you can tell your client, if you want to custom build a home, even though bylaws will tell you that they will do it in 3 to 6 months, sometime it will take longer, 12 months, sometimes even 18 months. So it's very, very important that when you are as a real estate professional, and also for the mortgage agent, you have to understand this time the client has not spent money except engineering services. We're going to talk about the next. So basically, there are some steps that I went through this. So first step is engineering services and design. You are not signing a contract. It's illegal to build a home without a proper licensed builder from HCRA. So now and then house has to be enrolled in the tenant warranty program. So right now we are not building and we are pretending that one of your client owns the land and we are building the house for you and you help him to buy the land. Now you come to us, for example, Park Home Builders, I'm a consultant with them, or any builder you want to go to. They will go through with you, you check it out, look at their reputation, technical knowledge and experience and team, and then you engage with them. So the initial architecture, engineering drawings and design contract is finalized to provide conceptual floor plan, elevation drawings, and rendering. Because this is where you spend $8,000 to $10,000. If you're going to spend, let's say you're going to buy 1.5 to $2 million land, and you are building 5,000 square feet plus basement, 2,500, so 7,500 square feet. So you'd be spending a lot of money. Average cost from builder luxury home is 450 to 500 and more. So you multiply that and you can see how expensive this is. So that's why it's very important to spend like $8,000 to $10,000 and have a beautiful elevation. We have those elevation that we have shown for some a client that we built that. And this is very important to know how the house will look like when you really want to build your house. Now, next step is to provide engineering services to secure site plan and zoning approval. Remember, we went through that utility connection. These are the building permits that you have to get. Site plan approval and building permits to go ahead and start. mechanical, HVACs, whatever approvals are required. There will be 4 or 5 different building permits. And there are fees, each one, and the client is responsible for fee. So when the client come to us, and this is part of the original, when that 21 point I mentioned, we talk to you and we explain you the cost so you know this is a reasonable cost. And now you have engaged someone to go ahead and build my house or concept drawing. You have not started construction. You have plenty of time to finance and talk to other people and make up your mind. And you can also change the design as long as the permit is not issued. If you make changes to permit, it has to go back to the city revision. Now, when site is approved, pending building permit, for example, some cases you can do lots of things waiting for the building permit to show up. And you have to start the beginning enrollment process with a 10-year warranty. And I have put this here that when a builder is ready to sign a construction contract with a landowner who owns the property, there are so many agreements that they have to sign with the Tarion to enroll the unit, because first SCRA has to register them. Second, they need to be enrolled, and this is very important. So vendor agreement has to be signed if is a landowner selling an unoccupied house to a consumer. Builder agreement has to be signed. You are building this house. And vendor and builder agreement is signed like a big builders. They build and sell together. So they have 2 licenses. And obviously, guarantee is provided to Tarion by the builder, indemnity against any claim against the workmanship or against the builder. The personal worth statement is required. The president or the owner of the corporation that builds the house for you, they have to provide financial capacity that they can handle these complex issues when you're building a custom contract home. Obviously, condominium project profiles a different form because you have a bigger property. Okay. Then there is a trust agreement. Agreement it requires, and freehold project with early termination conditions. It all depends. These conditions are imposed based on the new law. And these are the things that we sign with. For example, as a builder has to sign with Tarion to enroll a house, summary of the project, drawings, reports. Those are extra things. But these are the things that we have to do with enroll. Now, Tarion enrollment. Again, a licensed builder will apply to enroll the home in the warranty program is called qualification for enrollment. And those documents which I show you are the requirement to qualification for enrollment. And a summary of the project detail is provided in a sheet showing when to start, when to finish, what is the size, who is the owner, what is the contact information, blah, blah, blah. And those are information, very summary information is provided with the drawings and everything. Now, once the Tarion issue notification of confirmation, that means approval, the builder can proceed with paying the deposit. Before they begin or negotiate with the builder, they need to deposit the security. Right now, for the new home builder, the security is about $30,000 for a detached home. That's returnable to the builder after a period of time. And when the occupancy has taken place, they can take it back. And this is the prerogative of the Tarion warranty to give money back. They're satisfied. Warranty program, everything has been implemented. And construction contract with the landowner. Now, when the payment is done and notification of confirmation is issued, now you are ready to go and negotiate your contract. It's possible that you have verbally agreed to a rate for square footage. I'm talking about your client who owns the land, unless you are the owner of the land. Now, there's a couple of things I want to mention here. Number one, if a builder, if a builder and the vendor owns the land and they're going to pre-sell new construction home, never been occupied, they need to have both licenses. If landowner own the property and intentions are to sell the property, not to keep it, sell the property, they need to have a vendor license. And before the Tarion will enroll the program, they want to make sure that you are enrolled with HCRA, Housing Construction Regulatory Authority of Ontario, has the authority under the law, which I think you probably missed that because I mentioned in the first slide. And they have to register that. And obviously, if you are occupying, there is a criteria, there is a lot of document which who qualifies as a home or landowner. There's a lot of definition from SGRA and their advisory. You should go and learn about that. But if you have any question, I'd be more than happy to answer that. So now the builder is ready to enter into an agreement. So after enrollment with the tenure, that means we got, remember, the builder has a license number with SCRA. The tenure has enrollment number for the property, and that property will stay. Number, tenure warranty number stays with the property. It doesn't transfer with anything else. House is transferred, land is, when become a house, is transferable. But tenure warranty and unit enrollment remains with um, the house. Now, construction contract terms and conditions are finalized between the most of the people are using as a benchmark for square footage, per square footage number of basis. Okay. As you can see, I show you 1 to 21 steps that builder has to take. It's very difficult if somebody pick up the phone and say, give me a cost per square foot. Yes, because you have to define the quality, workmanship, standard. They will give you standard industry pricing. But if you're building a custom luxury home, everything very specific is custom design home. So cost will be high. So have a good understanding with the builder that you recommend to your client, and they can sit down with the team and select a proper contract. Now, you have to specify normally a construction contract or any legal document. We advise that you use, recommend to your lawyer, whoever is a lawyer, to enter into this agreement. And there is a special, remember, construction contract homes are different than what you buy from a builder or vendor. They're different because they own the land. In this case, land is owned by the landowner. Okay. Now, there is one exception. If the owner of the land is a principal owner, he or she is going to build this for personal use as a prime residence, they may be exempt under the SCRA New Construction Plan Act, because this is very important for you to know. They only, if they're going to control all the activities themselves, pay directly to the subcontractors. When they hire a builder, builder is required to register. And this is why it's very, very important that you have to be careful. Lots of people say, oh, I'm not going to sell it, but they will sell it. They put it in the market on MLS. They are violating the law. They need to have to be sure this is being occupied by the principal owner or the builder or the builder or vendor is going to use it for a personal use. But once it's occupied, it's no longer applicable toward the warranty, because that way you need to sure that your house qualifies. So you contact the Tarion to whether this land qualifies or not. Lots of people have done that. Lots of penalties been issued by SCRA and Tarion, because it's illegal to build a house unless you are a licensed builder. Some people took land away. I'm going to use it for my personal use. But and moment the house is completed and they sell it, and they're violating the law, and they're not cannot do that. And be careful about it and make sure your client registering the house. If they intent are to sell it. If they want to live it, that's fine. You can live there. Once it's occupied, it cannot be enrolled in taking program. Okay, the normal commencement of a contract that is signed, obviously you're very familiar with the APS. We have similar information. It's about construction, quality control. It has to follow Ontario Building Code and also the warranty guidelines and warranty program. Everything is included. There is a schedule from Tarion is called construction sheet. It talks about requirement to disclosure from the builder to the landowner when they're building a construction contract. So there is a very specific requirement, and obviously, if the builder failed to deliver on time, there is a financial loss compensation because maybe similarly we have an undertaking program for the a builder who also is a vendor. So there is a protection there, but they have to negotiate the terms and condition, warranty. And obviously, 10-year worksheet, which is I talking about, is attached to the construction contract, is a requirement. That means the landowner understood what are the 10-year warranty involved with this because they had negotiated that. So this is very important before they finalize the contract. You cannot finalize the contract. Once this contract is finalized, a copy is provided to the 10-year warranty. So they are monitoring it because you want to make sure that it's done properly. So now we're going to go to stage of construction. I'm going to go through this quickly. Then you're going to have any question. We're going to open your mic. And if you have any question during this presentation, you can also call. So basically, the mobilization is a term where the supervisor is appointed, is approved by Tarion sometime, and he scheduled a meeting of all the trades on the site, secured the site, install cameras, and he set up the procedure and how the work will perform. Okay, so first step is excavation and foundation, where an architect will come and he put a nail on it, which is the footprint area where the house or building will be built. So they excavate and putting the footing and then foundation wall. Is a technical term. So then we have a framing work that is to be done and is all pre-planned. And obviously exterior finishes are done because when you put the framing is done, they do the roof at the same time. And therefore now you have a hollow building which needs to be secured. So they start finishing stucco or bricks outside this area. This is a little bit technical construction site that you have to know a little bit. Obviously, interior finishes are done. Then you are installing plumbing, electrical. When you're talking about sheeting, which I mentioned the previous slide, the framing work. Framing, first thing that is approved by the city is a framing work. When framing is done, they will do heating, electrical, mechanical, plumbing. All those inspections are done after the framing work has been approved and inspected and accepted by the city. Kitchen, bath are installed because your pipe, everything is already been tested. And then you have floor finishes, electrical, painting is done. And these are cosmetic. Then obviously, before you are inviting a owner, buyer, or the landowner, occupancy permit is requested from the city. And inspection of the property is normally done because what they do is they do inspection before they go for occupancy permit because they want to see if there's any deficiencies involved. But there is a daily log of construction happening to monitor the progress of the work, and that's happening. And obviously, then we have a pre-delivery inspection that is happening when you have a PDI. You have probably seen that. And there were the deficiencies are put on the form and 72 the builder and to the Tarion. And now Tarion has a owner, Tarion.com is a log-on system where you can register now everything yourself online. So if you're a new owner, you go there, register yourself. And we provide you a information guide about ownership and warranty program. And this is part and parcel with the homeowner welcome kit. So now you have enjoyed it. You start moving. Your client has moved into the house, whether is it a vendor or builder, or is it a custom home? In your case, is a custom home. 1 year warranty. The coverage begins on the date of possession, and this is, you have to remember that this is date of possession, and that's where you have see this. I'm going to move this around here. Give 1 second. This is going to be like this. So if you looking at this possession date is the date of possession and lasts 1 year from the date and includes items such as defects in work and material and unauthorized substitution. Unauthorized substitution is that you agree to a certain color, style, a floor. For example, hardwood floor, you selected 5-inch floor and they install 3-inch floor. That's a substitution. You cannot, these called unauthorized substitution. They're not supposed to do that. So those are covered under the first 1 year warranty. And now they also have a six-month warranty also. They're given a little bit more time for consumer to understand. And now second year, 2 year warranty. 2 years includes such as water penetration, heating and electrical. This coverage begins on the home's date of possession, even if the home is sold. Okay. Even you have sold the house to somebody else, the warranty still goes with the house. Okay. 7 year warranty is called major structure defect warranty. 7 year warranty covers major structure defects, MSD, and begins on the date you take possession of the house. The result is in failure of structure load-bearing element of the building. Okay, so you have, if your footing settles, foundation will give cracks, and your house will start going down, you know that there's structure problem. Okay, material and adversely affecting the ability of a structure loading bearing element of the building to carry, bear and resist applicable structure loads for the usual and ordinary service life of the element. So structure is the main reason. Mostly, if you have a footing strong, well inspected, you have a footing is foundation wall is done, all the beams, everything is done properly, you won't experience that problem. But unless something happens, these are covered. Now, this is also important for anyone that you're working, is that the builder always seek feedback from the satisfied client to continuously improve service to their clients and customers. And this is a practice. And builders have absolute satisfaction of their client is the goal of quality builder, to maintain its reputation in the marketplace. So you always ask your client to ask the builder, do they take the feedback? Are they, get a satisfaction, a feedback from the people? And advantage is adaptation of technology. If you are adopting a new technology or optimize efficiency to remain competitive in the desire of all good builders. Cost is at the end of the day is a big issues, and this is very important for all of them, all the builders, to have be more efficient, optimize, adopt new technology, and use the more efficient way of building homes so they are cost competitive and they can compete. So I'm going to mention here about key performance indicator about builder. We're talking about builders, okay? Because your client have bought a land they want to build. So a builder's strategy is to build quality homes beyond the industry standards in a timely manner, keeping in mind the cost efficiency and optimize workmanship and productivity. the more efficient, quality workmanship, they produce more, they have a good employees, they're happy, they're motivated, they will have a good builder have their strategy. The objective of the builder is to build quality home within the budget. Because when you sign a construction contract, unless it's a reimbursable contract, you will have a fixed price contract. So they want to make sure they want to remain within the budget in a timely manner without compromising quality. Remember that if you don't pay a builder a good price, they will cut corners. But the law is very strict. You have to abide by the Ontario building codes. So the good builder will always want to build quality home. That's the goal objective of the builder. But you have to talk with them when you are helping your client to hire a builder. Now, good builder always review and evaluate performance of its workforce and feedback received from its client to improve performance. They always do that. All good builder will do that. I am with Park Home Builders. I'm their consultant, and we do that all the time. Now, performance, a builder continues to review performance on past work successfully and continue to implement the same protocol to optimize efficiency. When you are repeatedly doing the same again and again and again, you optimize your protocol procedures, and you adopt them and implement the same protocol that you have done successfully on a smaller project, and then improve efficiency. It optimize the efficiency means saving to you and more profitability for the builder. So these are the key performance indicator. You should ask the builder a question about do they have a strategy, do they have a goal, the evaluation or performance. So it give you kind of indicator. So now diversify your portfolio. This is for realtors and mortgage agents. Seek help. If you have a client who wants to build a home or building, get expert advice and consult with a licensed builder and vendor before acquiring land to develop or build a home or a building. This is for realtors. When you have help a client to buy a property, give me a call. I can connect you, or you can call Park Home Builders or any builders that you want. But you want to make sure you get advice, a good advice, because you are helping your clients to build a custom. You can get help. It's a free of charge for realtors. And you are only focused on buying the land. We are focused on building a quality home and providing a warranty. Opportunities for you. There is a shortage of housing in the province of Ontario. Ontario government is building, big houses, 1.5 million homes in next 10 years. So there is a shortage of housing. And if your client can afford it and they want a custom build, there is opportunity for you. You should explore this because you're buying, dealing with pre-construction, or you're talking about resale. This is a new opportunity for you to connect with the builders who can help you, guide you to acquire a land that will meet the needs of your client, and the budget will give you the estimate of value as well. Thank you for attending, and I appreciate and value your feedback. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I'm going to see if there is a. Okay, so this is we did. I'm a broker record and CIPS and FRI with real estate, City Pro Realty Inc. brokerage. And I'm going to stop this. And now you can open your mic. And if you have any question, I'd be more than happy to talk to you. Any questions? Alexander, do you have any questions? Dilushan, you have any question?
No, I'm good for now. Thanks.
Was it any useful for you?
Yeah, I think it's very high level stuff, but it was very, very informative. I think
You and me, we just did the deal that is closing today, and
exactly.
we go through a small process, even though it was not a very big one. But even the footing and foundation was there, and we went through lots of information. So,
Correct.
so I hope that it was any helpful to you. Mumtaz, Mumtaz, you there?
And absolutely, I'm here, sir. It was it was really good, and so far I don't have any question,
Okay,
but it was really
wonderful.
informative.
So, okay, all right. So, Alexander, you're there. So please go to. I'm going to put this on the YouTube channel, and if you want to watch it again, you can watch it again. And anyone has any question, please provide feedback. Subscribe my YouTube channel, and put your comment there. There are. I did a couple of more videos the last 2 weeks, and more are coming. So I really appreciate your participation. Thank you very much, and look forward to talking to you soon.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye for now.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
Thank you.